for those of you who don't know me, my name is Esme. I'm a dental hygiene student. I am on my way to school. I'm a little nervous for today's lab because we're doing our competencies for hand washing, doning, doffing, and vitals. I did practice a lot, so I feel pretty confident, but still a little nervous. Preparation for today's class, we had to read like 5 chapters, basically going over how to properly hold an instrument and how to use a mirror. I found it a little challenging just because the placement for the fingers is not the same way you would hold like a pen. We use something called the modified pen grasp, and it's a little awkward, but I'm sure the more I practice, the better it will be. I'll see you guys once I arrive. I arrived to school. I'm gonna head into class. I did bring a couple of textbooks that I want to try and sell in the bookstore and see how much they could try to give me. If not, I'll just keep them listed on Mercari. Okay, I just got out of class. We went to the bookstore to try and see if I can sell some of my books, see if they'll buy them back. Unfortunately, they were only gonna buy back one for $10. The book cost me like 60 bucks online on Mercari. So I said no. I'm gonna try my best to try to sell them off online on Mercari. Hopefully I can get more than $10 for it. I'm sure I could. So the reason I'm trying to sell these books is because I got the previous version of the book and they want us to all have the current edition of the books. So there's that. So afterwards we're gonna head over to the cafeteria to see if we can get something to eat. They close at 2 o'clock, so we should have plenty of time to get some food. I'm gonna drop these books off into the car. Jerusalem's carrying them. Thank you, mija. She's carrying them because they're so heavy. I think I'm just gonna buy the online version of the books once I register for the classes, because honestly, I'm not trying to carry all these books. They're way too heavy. I'm gonna weigh them when I get home. A ver cuánto pesan. It's ridiculous. So, el dining hall está cerrado, so we're gonna try to see si podemos ir al Subway y agarrar algo. Okay, so I'm just gonna eat what I brought. I have like a chicken salad y Salen got her Subway. También tengo frutita. And then afterwards, we'll just go to the library for a little bit y study. Okay, at the library now. I'm just gonna work on a couple of assignments and on the computer, so I can try to get some homework done, and then eventually I'll head into clinic 30 minutes before so I can change and get ready. Okay, so we've been in a study room for a while, so I'm just gonna go ahead and practice taking vitals on my sister one more time, just because I'm going to do the lab competency for today and I want to make sure that I feel like comfortable and prepared. Okay, so I'm going to check your vitals today. I'll be checking your pulse, respiration, heart rate, and temperature. We're doing this so that we can get a baseline on your health and make sure that you're okay to proceed with today's procedures. Is it okay if I take your vitals?
Yes.
While I'm taking your vitals, please try to relax as much as possible and keep your legs uncrossed. And then I'm going to ask that you try to remain as quiet as you can so that while I'm taking your blood pressure, I can hear clearly. Now, before coming for today's appointment, did you do any exercising? Are you fasting? Have you eaten any, taken any coffee, anything that might alter your vitals?
Nope. I just had breakfast and lunch.
Okay, so give me just one quick second to go and wash my hands. We're gonna pretend. And I'll get started with your vitals. So the first thing we would do is take the temperature. We have like the little temperature gun that goes on the forehead. Okay, well, I'm gonna pretend we have perfect temperature and it's 98.6. That's exactly where you want to be. Very nice. Next, I will take your pulse. So please give me your hand, keep your legs uncrossed, and try to relax your arm as much as possible. So I'm going to take your pulse. So here I'm taking my sister's pulse. I'm also going to take her respirations. I'm going to use the same technique as before. I am going to keep my fingers pressed up against her radial pulse and look out of the corner of my eye to see her chest rise and fall so I can record her respirations. Okay, so your respiration rate was 18, which is normal for an adult. Normally for an adult, you want to be anywhere from 12 to 20. Yours is 18, which is fine. Your pulse was 61. For an adult, the normal range is 60 to 100, so you're completely fine. Now we're going to go ahead and take your blood pressure. I'm going to take it on the right arm. If you can spare an arm for me, just because of the way the operators said they want us to take it on the right arm. So, do you have any injury or underlying condition or any recent surgery that will prevent me from taking the blood pressure on your right arm?
No.
Okay, try to keep your arm nice and relaxed with your palm facing up. Keep your legs uncrossed for me. Okay, we're going to get started, okay? So, you want to put it an inch above the antecubital space. Inch above. Use this and hold it up. There you go. Next, we need to find the estimated systolic pressure. So your estimated systolic is 100. You don't really need to know what's best for me. So it's 100, so we pump it up 30 plus. So we'll go to 130. I'm Doctora Esme. Just kidding. Oh, wait. And we were supposed to check. Yes, it's not. Okay, we're fine. Oh, shoot. Okay, I got 104 over 68, and then there was nothing. And then right as I released it, I heard another thump, another cough sound. So let me try this one more time. ¿Cómo lo ves? I got 106, and I heard it all the way down to 50. Now, I don't know if that's normal, but normally for a grown adult, so 120 over 80 is the normal, but I got 106 over 50. But when around 50 was very faint, but I could still hear it. But like the last strong one that I heard was around like 68. So either my hearing is really good or really So it took me about 7 minutes, same as before. They want us to do
Try again, child.
again. They want us to do ¿cómo se dice? Within like 15 minute is the time frame for taking the bike. We're gonna try it one more time. Okay, ready? Same as before, 106 over 50. Now I'm having dudas for my competency.
That's not good for me.
Well, did you feel it or no?
Yes, the
All the way to 50 or no?
it started aquí, no?
It started around 106, 108, and then I heard it very faintly all the way up to 50.
Yeah, I saw it.
Did you feel it?
Yes, right here. I hit like.
Okay, that's enough for today. So, I think. Or they'll save you. I'm just gonna keep reviewing for a little bit, and then I'll head over to clinic so I can start getting changed and getting all my supplies ready. Okay, I'm heading in to get started with clinic. Wish me luck. All right, I just got out of class. I'm very disappointed. I did my lab competencies today for hand washing, doning and doffing, and for the vitals, so temperature, blood pressure, pulse, and respirations. And you know, I knew the steps, but in the moment, so hand washing was okay, all the steps were fine, but as soon as I got to the blood pressure, I like let the air out too quickly. Usually I would use my thumb to kind of like slow the air down. There's like a little hole on the side of the dial, so I would let it, like, use my thumb to kind of block it so it went out slowly, but I took my thumb off, and so hang on. Okay, so basically with the blood pressure, I let the air out too fast. My little dial for the blood pressure thing is incredibly sensitive. So I did I barely twisted it and it was like, so she was like, okay, start over. So I took the blood pressure the second time, and I saw that the first carrot cuff sound, the first thump, was just below 120, so 118. And in the heat of the moment, I go, oh, the blood pressure was 108 over 74. And she's like, are you sure? And then I'm like, yeah, it was one below the long solid line. So, and then I go, yeah, it was 108. And then, but no, girl, it was 118. So I got a point taken off for that, which was not good. Other than that, for vitals, everything went pretty well. I was still really disappointed though, because during practice I did the blood pressure perfectly when she checked it during practice, but whatever. It's okay. And another thing I got points taken off for was for my earrings. I never take them off, and I've had these since I was a child, so I didn't even think about them. They just come wherever I go, so I didn't even think to take them off. And apparently we can't have dangling earrings, they have to be studs. So I got a point taken off for that. That was for the donning, doffing, and hand washing competency. When I was doffing, I was taking off my PPE. In the moment, I took off my mask before taking off my glasses, and in the moment I was like, oh man. So I just turned to the teacher and I was like, oh, I was supposed to take off my glasses before the mask. So at least I recognized the mistake instantly, but still I got a point taken off. All of these were points that could have easily been avoided, and now my grade went down for sure. So I got a 92 for the donning and doffing. That's considered an A. I got a 90 for the vitals. That's considered a B, because a 92 to 100 is an A. Yeah, so the 90 is a B, unfortunately. But you know what? I think this was a valuable lesson for me, because like usually I remember during my prerequisites, when I was taking those, I would get so stressed about even just missing one question, because I was like, I don't want my grade to go down. I don't want to get less than an A, because it will be less points that counts towards my application for the dental hygiene program. But I think this was a good lesson for me. Like, it's okay, and I'm not gonna do it perfectly, because if I do it perfectly, then I'm not gonna learn anything. So that's, making mistakes is part of the learning process. So I'm not gonna have these next time for class. I'm gonna remember the correct order for doffing. Luckily I did it correctly for donning. And then you know, in the Bible, maybe you can help me. You know, in the Bible, I forgot the lady's name, how God told them not to look back as the city was being destroyed, and she looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt.
It's Lot's wife.
Lot's wife, guys. Look back when Jesus told them not to, and she looked back and she turned to a pillar of salt. I'm not gonna turn into a pillar of salt worrying about a mistake that I already did. My grade is what it is. I can't change it. I did the best I could in the moment. I made these mistakes for a reason, so that I could learn. I didn't do them on purpose, but you know, I think maybe God was trying to teach me a lesson to not get so worked up on these simple mistakes, small mistakes, and just move on. That's the word of the day. Not word of the day, but lesson of the day from the Lord, okay? I'm not gonna dwell on it. It's okay. It happened. I did the best I could in the moment. I made these mistakes. I'm gonna learn from them. They won't be repeated. That's it. And I'll keep practicing my blood pressure. I'm bringing some of my stuff home so that I can keep practicing, so I can keep working on twisting the little dial a little slower. Also, I got my lab jackets. They had us ordered 3. I ordered them in a large. Better to go bigger than have it be tight. Because personally, I don't really like sleeves. I always have them rolled up. And if they're squeezing my arms, it's really uncomfortable for me, and then I find that I can't focus on anything. So I'll show you when I get home how it looks like when I try them on. Hopefully they're not too big, but we'll see. I didn't even tell you guys, but during class today, after we did the 2 competencies, we basically just practiced positioning and how to properly hold the instrument and where to put our fulcrum, how the patient needs to be positioned, how we need to be positioned. I found that really helpful because I was trying to practice on my own while I was waiting for the competencies, and I was like, I didn't have my textbook with me or my iPad to check my notes, so it was kind of hard to kind of do it on my own. But luckily the professors went around and they checked each and every single one of us, so I got a better idea of how to do it. I'm like trying to figure out how I can record and show you guys because it's kind of hard to do it with one hand. I did take one picture, I'll insert it here. That was from when we were looking at number 29, lingual. It's Wednesday. I'm getting ready to go to work. I just wanted to try on my lab coats really quick just to see how they fit. Ta-da! I did get the large. Now, they had us get 3 because apparently we'll be going into clinic at least like 3 times in a week. I like that they have this, so when we're putting on the gloves, they can just go right over the wrist. They told us we have to have them buttoned up all the way to the top. Wow, this is huge. Yeah. So this is what it looks like. It's a little big, but that's okay. Yeah, I was right to get the large because when I tried on the medium, this part like right here was a little snug and it was a little high up into my armpit, but this is pretty good because I have scrubs on now, and the only thing I don't have on is a scrub jacket, so I think everything will fit pretty well in here. You see, it's pretty long. It's supposed to be long like that so that when we sit, all of our legs are covered. And they did have us like get them so that when we sit with like our legs kind of straddled, that the jacket wouldn't like pop open. I'm gonna go ahead and wash all of these before I take them back to clinic on Monday. I also want to try and see if I can weigh those textbooks just to see how heavy they are. I'll probably weigh my backpack as well. Okay, these books here are the ones that I'm supposed to use for next year. I just got the wrong version. Oh, so heavy. You only 14 pounds for real? Yeah. Okay, now what about the backpack? Let's see. 17 pounds. Okay, now imagine the backpack with those books. Okay, so I'm on my way to work. I'm almost there. So right now, since I started school, I've been doing more of a receptionist type of role, but I do occasionally bounce back and forth from assisting to receptionist. Maybe I can bring you along with me today. We'll see how the day unrolls. If not, I'll see you when I get out. Okay, I just got out of work. Today was a very busy day. There was a lot of stuff, a lot of catch-up work to do on the receptionist side of things. Tomorrow I'm not going to work. I have off so that I can work on my homework. So the doctor ordered for us some Olive Garden, and I got the chicken parm, but it did come with a side salad. Honestly, I thought it was gonna be I thought it was gonna be small, but it was actually kind of big. So let me show you. This is the salad. I thought it was gonna be little, y'all. It's huge. So we got that. So I'll save it for later. But once I get home, I'm just gonna eat, shower, and work on homework. There's a lot of things that I need to get done. I have a couple of chapters left to read and to take notes. Notes always take such a long time for me. And then after that, it's just a bunch of studying and practicing. I have the little Dentex model and a couple instruments to practice with, so I'll use that. I'll see you guys in a bit. I'm trying to register for my classes, and look at this. What the heck? So that computer is like new-ish. I got it in 2021. It was a bit pricey, and it started doing that the first week I had it, and it was like too late for me to return it. So now I'm stuck with this. Mira nomás. And before I used to do like this little thing where you would like tap it on the side, and it would kind of like fix it. Now it's just like, I don't know. Okay, so I fixed the computer. Can you guys see this? So these are my classes for fall semester. I'll be going to class Monday through Friday. So we have dental radiology on Wednesday from 8 to 10, and then we'll have lab Monday from 8 to 11. We also have medical emergencies and dentistry. That's only 8 weeks. It'll be the first 8 weeks. We also have another one that's 8 weeks as well, which is this one over here, periodontology 1. That's the second 8 weeks. That one is from 11 to 1. We also have dental hygiene principles 1 and the lab. The pre-clinic lab over here will go twice a week. So on Monday, we'll go from 12 to 3, and then Friday, it'll also be from 8 to 11. Okay, we also have oral dental anatomy as well on Thursdays. Luckily, that's my only class on Thursday, and that is from 1 to 2 for the lecture part, and then from 2 to 4 will be my lab. So that class is from 1 to 4. We also have head and neck anatomy, which is from 1 to 4. So that's all the classes that I have for this fall semester. It is 9 classes. However, with those 2 classes being 8 weeks instead of the full 16 weeks, I'll only have 8 classes at a time, which is pretty nice. I am pretty happy with how it turned out, especially for Thursday and Friday, because Thursday I won't have to report into class until like, until 1 o'clock. So I have all day to study for this class in case I have any tests, any assessments that I need to do. Same thing with the pre-clinic lab on Friday. So whatever we do on Monday, I'll have pretty much like the whole week to study for this, and I don't have to report into that class until 8. So if I wake up at 6, I could get at least like an hour in to study. And I do like that this one here is only an hour, and this one here, the oral health assessment, that's also just an hour. That one's from 1 to 1:55. That's so specific. I'm very excited. I'm finally getting my class registration done. Luckily, my FAFSA was fixed, the one that's for 2024 to 2025, so I'm pretty excited. Since I am off from work today, I have been studying a lot. I just finished reading my textbook, watching the videos. I do have a test coming up on Monday, a midterm. So I've been studying and finishing up my notes for that. Hopefully it all goes well. Good morning. It's currently Friday. I spent the rest of yesterday's afternoon studying. I'm studying for the test that I have on Monday, which is my midterm. I just wanted to show you really quick how I was studying. So I have my iPad here, and I wrote down all of the learning objectives, and I'm just going in and filling everything in. So we have a total of, I think 14. I still have quite a bit to do, as you can see, 12. So all of the learning objectives, I wrote them down, and I just went in and started to fill them in. So here's like an example. Name and identify the 3 zones on the tooth crown and the 3 zones on the tooth root. And then I just kind of did like a quick little drawing and did it like that. So I found that to be very helpful. I feel like if I'm able to understand all the objectives, I should be fine for the final exam. I'm planning on doing the same method for finals. So I just wanted to study a little bit before I head over to work. Today is going to be a very busy day. I think I'm going to get up pretty late, so that's why I'm trying to study a little bit before I go to work. I'll see you guys once I get back. So I'm at work right now, having a late lunch. It's like 4:30 almost, but I've been trying to study while I eat really quick. So I haven't made a whole lot of progress, but what I've been doing is using Notability. I'll pull up my PowerPoint on the side and then write down on my little study guide that has all the objectives written down and kind of write in the information. I only have 40 minutes break today, so I'll see you guys once I get out. I'll end the vlog here. Thank you for joining. Thank you for watching for today's video. I hope you come in for the next one. Bye.